Hey everybody, Marty here from Aimcise. Today we're going to do a short product review on the upgrades to the Sweet Spot Pro 2 from the Sweet Spot Pro 1. What are the features, what are the upgrades, and what do they do? Let's check it out. Alright, so you're thinking about, hey, should I buy the Sweet Spot Pro 2 and what are the upgrades? What is better than the Sweet Spot Pro 1? Well, let's go over some of the ones. We're going to go over the cables and stuff first because I think it's a huge advantage. So the Sweet Spot 1 cables and stuff were all gray like this, and they had very straight connectors for the cable ports. The Sweet Spot Pro 2 comes with upgraded cables, which are super cool. So the new cables, including the LED light, all that other good stuff, are now angled, and when they go into your Sweet Spot Pro 2, when you put them in like that, now it's super clean, and when you have it attached to the bow, they don't stick straight out. They can go in, you can tie them into the bow a lot better. You can see that the old version had the straight connector out, but the new version has the 90-degree. Super clean, super easy. This actually works for both sides. So as you can see, the sensor side is on that side and plugs in like that. And then when you have your LCD side and your lights, it plugs into that. Both go straight back so that when it's connected to the bow, super clean, super easy. Plus, all the cables on the Sweet Spot Pro 2 now are black, so makes it super cool. What also comes with your package in the new Sweet Spot Pro 2 is the charging cable. So although one of the upgrades for this unit is that there's no more issue with having the fast charger, that really won't hurt it. It's always nice to use the manufacturer's charger just in case, but that's another big upgrade to this one is even if you do accidentally use the fast charger, shouldn't hurt it, shouldn't fry it, and still be good to go. In addition to the cable upgrades that come with the Sweet Spot Pro 2, how they actually attach into this brain, the box of it, is upgraded. It's super nice. It's hard to see, but the little connector ports that you have in there, they're actually a little bit further out now on the Sweet Spot Pro 2 versus the Sweet Spot Pro 1. And why that is they actually put them into the board in a different way that makes them much more sturdy so that when you're trying to install, take them out, all that stuff over and over and over again, it's going to be a lot stronger. And so it'll make sure these connections stay strong a lot longer, won't break, anything like that. So really nice upgrade. Some of the other upgrades for the Sweet Spot Pro 2 for the actual box housing unit here are number one, the color. It's a different sort of gray light color, super cool. It's an easy way to tell the difference between the Sweet Spot Pro 1 and the 2. And also, as we talked about, the ports are a little bit different, and this is actually sealed a little bit better, and so it'll keep the water out better and last a long, long time. So it's super cool. You should be able to just plug and play, even if it's raining. I think Donnie says that it'll be no big deal. Well, in addition to the actual physical upgrades, there's a lot of upgrades to the software programs that go on with the Sweet Spot Pro 2, and the buttons, despite the buttons kind of being the same, what they do is a little bit different, and the biggest advantage to this one is there's now shortcuts. Shortcuts so that you don't have to scroll up and down through the menu to find what you're looking for. There's a couple key things that you're going to use over and over and over again that they've developed a shortcut to. So let's go over that stuff. So the LCD screen itself is actually upgraded. Same basic layout, but you can see a little bit more information in this one, and it's overall just a little bit better. One of the big upgrades is the battery. So the battery now has a little bit more accurate charge percentage there. You can see this one's right at 100% already. As you lose charge, it'll be more accurate, but more importantly, as you're charging the unit, it will accurately show you what's going on. That'll also be a little asterisk that'll show you exactly what's happening while it's charging, so you have a better idea of how much your sweet spot is charged or how little charge it has, and vice versa. The life in the battery is extended, so it'll last a lot better, and it will be further extended by a huge upgrade, which is an auto shut off. So if you leave your sweet spot on and you're shooting, it'll automatically shut off after a little while so that you don't drain battery. And then it's a real quick, easy to turn off and on, boom, off, and then right back on. Some of these new shortcuts, as I like to call them, or quick buttons, are super simple and really awesome that you're going to be using all the time on your sweet spot. If you're going to be shooting and it was mounted to the bow and you see it's not quite taired, or that means zeroed out, all you need to do is now on the select button, instead of going through the menu up and down, all that, you just hold this down, it'll tear it back to zero, and boom, back to zero. Really nice upgrade, and when you're shooting a lot of shots, to do that really quickly is really nice. Some of the other shortcut buttons is this left-hand button here. When you hold that down, boom, it goes straight to the pin brightness. It will go up, down, whatever. If you want it a little less bright, up and down, a little more bright, up and down, then just hit select to confirm, and there you go, you're ready to rock and roll. And now the other quick button or shortcut on the right button, you hold that down, and then that's your LED brightness. So that's super cool. That's gonna be your green light and your red light. You can move that up and down, make it a little brighter in your scope, make it a little less bright in your scope, anything you want, bang, press to confirm, and it's ready to rock and roll. Really simple, really fast. It's really nice to have those shortcuts built in. So let's go over some of these cool upgrades actually in a shooting situation with the Sweet Spot Pro 2. So as you're shooting or in between ends or whatever, Donnie recommends go ahead and calibrating or tearing the sweet spot. And so what you're gonna do is you just hold your bow up, and then we hold down the new shortcut for the tear. And as you're shooting right before you shoot, it'll tear it back to 0, which is where you want to be to make sure you have the same pressure every time. Another really great update for the Pro 2 unit is the ability to select a shot as you're shooting so that you can review it on your chart later. While you're shooting, you have the ability to select a shot, whether that be a really good shot that you want to look and see this is exactly what I want every time, or maybe you make a poor shot and you say, ooh, I want to make sure that I keep that out of my chart when I'm looking at it. That's not one that I think is good, and you can select it. And so all you're going to do is, as you're shooting, the Sweet Spot Pro is going to be on. You take your shot, and then if that's a shot you say, hey, I want to check that on my chart later, you simply hit select. And as we've hit select, it now has put an asterisk next to that shot. And so now, as I'm looking at the chart later, which we'll look at right now, it will show that shot in blue. And when we look at a blue shot, that is, again, if you're selecting bad shots or good shots, you're gonna know that's one of the shots you selected. Makes it a lot easier to take a look at the data and find out where are my good shots, where are my bad shots, and where is the perfect sweet spot for my shot.
Here's the Pro 1 chart. As you can see, once it propagates, it'll show you all your shots just in blue. So every shot is all in blue on your little chart here. As we look at specific shots, you can look and see exactly where your shots are falling as far as where your parameters are set. And you can use the different functions to see your whole shot, the specific portions of the shot, all that good stuff that you can see in both versions. Here we're gonna ultimately see all the shots here in one big chart, all blue at the different thresholds. And the big improvement for the Sweet Spot 2 is we're going to see the different color changes and how we can track the different shots. All right, so the Sweet Spot 2 color chart. Check it out. We're going to see all the different shots here, and they all do mean different things with a lot of feedback here. So you can see green, yellow, red, and blue, and they all mean different things. So we're going to get into some of these things and see what the shots are showing us. First, this red shot, that means you're above threshold. The shot was broken right above the threshold there at the very end. So that's not good. That's what we're trying to fix. So I went into that shot. I see that that's not particularly good. I also made here an intentionally really high threshold shot just to show what it is out of threshold, and you can see it's way high here at the end of the chart when the shot was broken. So now we can go through our chart and start fixing everything, so to speak. So we'll get in here and start seeing what was good, what was bad. And you can see the blue charts here as well. Those are ones that we marked as we were shooting with the asterisks. So here's one that shot just high. I'm gonna get rid of that one. So now we can go through and each individual shot that you've marked or is high or out of control, we can delete that so that we're starting to get our shot back here. Here's the custom blue one that we marked while we're shooting. I'm gonna get rid of that. We're gonna go through and edit the different shots on the chart, keep the good ones, get rid of the bad ones so that we can now customize where our threshold window is going to be so that we can ideally find where do we want the sweet spot and really dial in our pressure so that in the future, that's where you want to be.
So there you have it, everybody. Those are the updates and the product review of the Sweet Spot Pro 2 by Aimcise. Really well worth it. This is such a nice upgrade, and the robustness that has been implemented into this unit, making it stronger, tougher, gonna last longer, the sleekness of it, and particularly all the software upgrades is a huge deal. Completely worth the money. So how to get your Sweet Spot Pro 2? Check it out. You can order it now direct from Sweet Spot. Right here, that's the website link. Go there and you can order it right online, direct to your door. I wouldn't hesitate, completely worth the money. And it gets the seal of approval from Aimcise Performance. Go get yourself one.